Welcome back to the Trainer Gallery podcast. Today we have an amazing, beautiful guest, Professor Metri. Metri, how we doing today?
Oh, pretty great. It feels good to be on the podcast. I'm just saying it's been a while since I've really talked to anyone live or in person or anything like that. So it's nice to get back on and just chit chat with Pokemon. Um, Ever since I kind of moved states, I haven't had like Pokemon people around me. So it's nice to get back into it, kind of thing.
Thank you for coming on. We're excited.
Yeah,
It's been a while. I miss you. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know. I heard you're not going to card party, which is a little depressing.
Yeah,
But
yeah. No, are you going to Seattle?
I am.
Nice.
Kind of new development that has had to go, but I think it's gonna be great.
Nice.
And I really wish I could have made it to Tampa.
Yes.
Didn't work. It was a little close to just after getting married, so I was like, we just needed to move states. Guess got married, like
Yeah.
But
Need a little buffer.
I'm pretty excited for Seattle.
We'll be
Yeah, I
there.
wish I could go.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah,
John's
we'll be
gonna be there. Oh, wait, you're gonna be there?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
The whole
we're definitely
crew
gonna.
together.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. I'm so excited for Card Party because I was really sad that we missed out on Tampa. We were planning to go to that, and then my deployment got extended, and so we couldn't make it.
The pair just got an exciting announcement today too.
We did. We just found out we're going to be featured creators.
Ooh, that's like
Yes.
the goal. I remember like the first card party, everyone's like really like everyone's gunning for it. The second one, like a few more people got into it, and now third one, like I don't know. It's just so cool to like see your name on the website as featured creator. I think it was the first one that
Yes.
had or maybe the second one where it was like attending creators. And
Yes.
a lot of people made it onto that list. So it didn't feel as special.
You
But
could
that's super
even
cool
like,
that you
put your name down for the attending.
yeah,
creator.
yeah. So it's super cool that you
We
guys
can
got
all do
featured
that.
creator.
Yeah, we were
I'm-
very excited.
I'm freaking
Congratulations.
out.
I
Missy's-
think it's go ahead.
Misty hasn't done too much crowd work, I don't think.
I did when I was a kid. Well, when I was like a teenager, I used to do competition cheerleading. So I have been in front of like very large crowds, but it's
Okay.
never me like up there talking.
What
it's
did they
terrifying.
have anything like planned? Or I know there's always things planned for the feature creators based on like either being on a stage, the pack battles or whatever. So you're always gonna all the feature creators got some sort of spotlight where they got to interact with people, like talk or something like that. Do you guys have any
Yeah.
idea like what the I guess not schedule is for you guys, but like anything exciting planned for you guys?
Nothing yet. We also don't have the schedule for what we'll be doing as featured creators, but we actually don't even have our plane tickets yet.
So tentatively going, if you know.
But I'm really excited all around. Even not being a featured creator, card party is still just really fun.
Yeah, it's like the one trip as like I know that it's like meant for people to interact, like fans to interact with creators, but I also think it's so cool for the creators, like that one time of the year where they get to hang out with each other. Also, it's
Yes.
it's so fun.
Yeah, I love that experience. It's so different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too, because Card Party 2, it was like a perfect setup with that like
it was so
little
good.
bar at the end, and like
Yeah.
after
know.
all the events, we all just hung out down there together, and
Yeah.
then you had the fans that were like intermingling with everybody, and it was just amazing. And I'm excited for this year too, for that same reason. Like we get to see like people's, for lack of a better word, gamer tag or whatever,
Yeah.
posting like uh, commenting, and then to meet those people in person, it's all amazing. It's so fun.
yeah.
Yeah, we met some people, some watchers of the podcast at Card Party, which is really cool.
That's pretty cool. Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
wow.
I'm
Yeah.
so sad we didn't get to go to the last one. So, babe, also, I don't know if you know, but in Tampa, they didn't have the same setup as Card Party 2, and I don't think it's going to be the same in Seattle either.
I mean, and that's fine because it was a different setup. Card Party 1, and that was
Well, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Card Party 2 was a different setup, so I think it's just evolving and like getting better with time.
Honestly, I feel like they are just. It could. I didn't go to Tampa, so I'm not sure what was different, but I just know it's going to be better because of how much they request feedback from everyone, and they like listen to every single person that's posted. They always like ask people to like make a video afterwards. Like, what are your thoughts? What are your suggestions? What are your feedback? Both negative and positive. And you always see like either Pat or Dan or like one of the card party members like always like in the comments or like replying like, we hear you, we're gonna make changes. I know like one of the big things from last year was in regards to like 2 different rooms. So that I know this year it's one giant room for the the vendor things. And then last year the Wi-Fi was so bad. It was such a point of contention where like nothing worked. So I know they also fixed that, which is great. So I can't expect anything but improvements.
Yeah. That's funny about the Wi-Fi. I didn't realize that when we were there.
That's such a good point, though. It was so bad.
It makes
last
sense
year.
though. Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Well, we weren't really like doing a lot of the lives or filming or anything.
Yeah, when people tried to go live, it was rough.
Yeah.
Not even that. It was like for the vendors and people wanting to buy cards.
Oh.
We couldn't look up prices.
Yeah,
because
that's
like
right.
nothing was working. So it was like super frustrating.
Okay.
We're like, I guess I'll just trust the sticker price.
I think I do remember that actually,
Yeah.
walking around
Do
to
you?
the tables because I remember trying to get some like, all right, what's the market price on this? And you're looking and it's loading and it's loading and there's like 20 people behind you. And and then you're like, all right, I'll just take it at whatever you say it is. I'm sure that's right.
That's why vendors love it.
Yeah.
That's definitely
They got
something
You
I
have
Wi-Fi
didn't.
Wi-Fi
blockers.
jammers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we got some hot topics for today. If you
Let's
guys
hear
want to dig into those a
Yeah,
little
let's
bit.
get into it.
So obviously we've got Whatnot, which is there's always
Same
something
old
happening.
Whatnot.
Yeah. But recently there's been children selling on Whatnot, and I'm guessing that's not allowed. But yeah, there was some kids that ended up scamming somebody the other day. This person won a pack in like a bid, and he won it for $3. It had a crazy pool come out of it. I think the pool was like a $36 card. And then somebody in the chat was like, hey, I'll buy that off of you instead of giving it to the winner of the bid. And they were like, yeah, sure. So they canceled the bid winner and sold it to the commenter. Yeah.
That's awful.
That is
That's
awful.
crazy.
Yeah.
Did they say how old these
This was
kids
being run
were?
by kids?
It was being run by kids. I don't know how old the kids were, but you could definitely tell just by their voice, because you couldn't see their face. Just by their voice, you could tell they were probably like 12 or 13.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The middle schoolers are hustling.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
They learn early these days. What are they teaching?
Honestly, that's kind
TikTok
of
University.
it's so funny, but TikTok University.
Yeah.
Just like crazy that even if you didn't say there was a child, it would still be like a believable story that happened on Whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But also, it just like the lack of integrity on. I don't want to say the platform. I know we hear so much of it from Whatnot. I don't want to be like a Whatnot hater. Like I love watching the Opossum Bud Whatnot slams whenever they come on. But I just feel like the platform is really big, and obviously trading cards are the biggest majority of both sports and Pokemon, are like 95% of it. When you had sent over the like list of topics today, I saw a bunch of Whatnot things. Like, I haven't been on Whatnot in ever, so let me see what else is on this app. And there's like clothing and there's like sports stuff. There was dog toys, which I thought was kind of interesting. But like, I don't think that the rest of Whatnot like might have these types of scams or like things going on. I think it's almost exclusive to, I'm gonna say, trading cards. And the one other thing I read was like jewelry that's fake, but that's probably like so minor. And I don't know why Whatnot just happens to be so on blast for these scams. Like I can't imagine they're not happening on Drip. They happen on TikTok all the time.
Yeah.
TikTok is, I honestly, I want to say it's worse, based on like what I'm seeing, just because it definitely has a much wider audience, just the amount of people on TikTok. But just in general, like the idea of rip and shipping just is not. Sorry, the idea of rip and shipping is great, but it's opened up to so many more ways to just take advantage of people and scam them.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's like not enough accountability, and I want to say part of it, and I'm kind of just rambling here, is the whole like content creator, like being on a video, showing yourself, like hosting to an audience is like glamorous to viewers. And
Yeah.
that rip and shipper has a lot of power to like take control of whatever situation he wants. Nobody can reply to him except via text, and he has all the voice in whatever situation. He can ban whatever person in chat, and I think that's why
Yep.
like things are so like rampant. Like people fall for it all the time because they're content creators on Whatnot or TikTok or whatever. But for this like specific situation, it's crazy that it's kids, and I also like that's just straight up like stealing. Like he sold a
Yeah.
product and then like didn't give the product. Like
Yeah.
like stop right there. Didn't give the product. Period.
Yep.
I would
And
think you
and
have to be like 18 or older to sell on TikTok or
Yeah.
whatnot,
I
unless they
would.
just like
Yeah.
you somehow snooped on with like their parents' information.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
assuming.
I think we all. I don't know how Whatnot sign up works. I don't know if you have to actually put
I don't
information, but
remember.
we all made
I
Facebook
don't.
accounts at like 12 or 11. So
Yeah.
I don't know if
I was on that wave for Instagram.
yeah.
and it's
Rock
interesting to
Sandy's
me
on that wave.
Yeah.
because to your point, I actually like what Whatnot has. Like they have a very cool setup. It's really fun. It's fun
Yeah.
to watch. And if you could just get these people out of that community that are like ruining it, it could be something great. And I don't think it's Whatnot's fault necessarily. Like, because like what do you do in that situation? You don't have enough people on staff, I'm sure, to monitor every single live stream.
Yeah.
And and then catch all of this stuff. So, I mean, if you're Whatnot, how do you even go about doing that? You know?
There.
I
Yeah.
think. Go ahead, Misty.
I think it would be hard to catch these people. Like say they did get banned from Whatnot. How easy is it to just make another email account and set up a whole new Whatnot page and just like don't show your face so nobody knows who you like
Mhm.
it. Yeah, it's easy to get around.
The
Yeah.
other thing I'm curious about is so again, of course not big on Whatnot. I don't typically buy from rip and shippers, and I definitely with everything going on Whatnot, I don't typically go on it. But with a platform like eBay that almost always sides with the seller whenever there's an issue, I'm
Yeah.
wondering what I almost feel like Whatnot is the opposite because they're kind of dependent on their sellers more than their buyers at the moment. Just I know they're huge, they're like massive, but they're also focused in like one area. And I'm trying to put it into words, but I just have the feeling they focus more on their sellers than they do their buyers.
Mm.
And because of that, like I don't know. Where I'm trying to go with this, but just they don't have as much integrity as I would say like eBay. eBay typically almost
Yeah.
always sides with the sellers, or really does a good job looking into like fraud. And maybe
Mhm.
the thing is like Whatnot's a multi-billion-dollar company. Like it's not a small
Oh,
company. You look up Whatnot's like net value, it's like 6 billion or something like that. It's like
Wow.
insane.
I didn't
It
know
is
it was that big.
no,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like it seems small, like
it does. Yeah, it does seem small. I didn't know
but
that.
It seems like unless there's like a community-wide outrage about like a scam happening, they don't really hold the seller accountable for what they're doing. And
How is Whatnot? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it just seems like it's the easy scapegoat out of all of those platforms.
How is Whatnot making their money? Do they put ads on
Fees
their?
from transactions, I would think.
I'm gonna assume fees from transaction, like cost to sellers, and also I don't necessarily think they take a fee from a transaction, but they take a cut from the seller,
Yeah.
which is probably why they are like as big as they are in terms of value wise. Um, you know, it's a random Tuesday night, and I was looking at it. There's like 30,000 people on watching right now, and every single one of these like people are buying things. Like the whole platform is buying. Like every second, every minute, like there's an auction, like something is being bought, and this is on a slow day at like on a weekday. Like I can't imagine Saturdays or Fridays. Like how many people, and then on top of that, like I really feel like most of things that are like sold are like above $5, $10, a lot, even way more than that, especially with graded cards. Like it's very high value like high in terms of like $100 per transaction, $50 per transaction. It's typically like almost what I feel like is maybe average. But with just how many things are being sold at like medium to high value, it adds up so quickly. And I feel like there almost is a facade that they're not a big company. And so like people give them so much flack for like all this scam and but like how they're going to handle all this, which I know you guys just mentioned, but I do think they don't do it purposely because it makes them more money. Like I'm going to bring up a separate topic right now, which is PSA. And the reason I bring this up is because I've been making some tag and PSA videos, and everyone's like, PSA sucks, tag sucks, whatever. And tag is just so loved because of their transparency with grading. And I really believe PSA does not do that because a big portion of their market is people regrading things like 10 to 15%. So it benefits them to not help the submitters, help their customers, because they make more money off of it. It benefits Whatnot to not benefit their customers because they make more money off of it.
Yeah, like, I've graded the same card with PSA like 5 different times before. Like, give me the 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's worked. I've seen it work for people, you know?
Yeah.
PSA, you can definitely send out a PSA 8 or a PSA 9 and get it back as a PSA 10.
I think they're going to be the standard though until the value of other companies can match PSA's value.
Yeah.
It's also difficult because it's like the standard for the sports card hobby too, and there's so much more money in sports than there is Pokemon, and just specifically in PSA that it kind of just adopted Pokemon as the staple, I guess, or PSA adopted, or Pokemon adopted PSA as a staple. Getting all mixed up here.
Yeah. But I think it's just a lot of greed from like all around that's why things don't change.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was trying to figure out too, like to go back a little bit to what you were saying about Whatnot, how they're going to take care of the seller over the buyer because they're just going to make more money.
Yeah.
Damn, that makes so much sense.
Now that I know that it's such a big company.
Yeah.
It's honestly the first time I heard, like I think I heard of Whatnot for the first time in like honestly it might be like 2020, 2021, which maybe then it was small. And I had like a friend of mine who was like, dude, I have a friend selling on this app called Whatnot. And I was like, oh, what's that type of thing? And then like it just, the hobby moves, the hobby things keep going on. And you hear this one scam, you hear this two scam, it's like, okay, like what's going on with Whatnot? You search of Whatnot, and they're like $5 billion valuation. You're like, what? Like I thought I just heard of this app. Like I feel like I just heard of this like not so long ago. But yeah, it's wild how much it's grown. And I do agree with John. The platform is amazing. It's like amazing idea. It's so innovative especially for the time that it came out, like during COVID. Like rip and shipping was everything, and they made it good. Like they provided a great platform for it. You can do auctions or buy nows, whatever, and it was entertaining. But I don't know. I don't know.
I feel it kind of sucked there for a minute. I don't know if people are still thinking this, but it kind of gave rip and shippers on other platforms a bad name over like the last 6 months, a year or so. I don't know if people are still nervous about rip and shippers on other platforms, but it just kind of sucked like getting that bad name because John and I do rip and ships Well,
I think it would also just be perpetuated by people being mad that they can't get products in the first place.
It's actually crazy how like emotional people are over it.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty like I've opened like 5 packs in the last year, which is crazy because I used to rip packs nonstop.
Hmm.
And like of course I'm not necessarily happy just not opening packs. Like I enjoy opening packs. I open more than I buy singles, even though you're supposed to buy the single. I know. But like I'm fine with it. And I think the people who are truly upset are, and I know we say this all the time, are newer people. I was here when packs were $2, $3. Like
Yeah.
you go on TCG Player, 236 for like a pack of like Brilliant Stars or something like that, or like $3. And like it's great. You would go to Target and buy it for $5 because it's impulse, not because that's all there is. Like you can just go online and buy it cheaper. And so I kind of know where we were, and I say and I'm hopeful we'll eventually get there. So I'm patient and like it'll be fine. But people are like so angry. They're so mad that they can't get like packs. And like I understand it's a fun hobby. It's like for most of us, it's like 90% of our lives outside of like work and friends and other stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like you gotta, like take a step back and just relax a little bit. Like the comments are
Yeah.
crazy on everything.
It is. It's
I
funny that you
gotta
say that.
somehow find the fun in it, besides
Well,
like just only ripping the packs.
yeah. Misty and I, when we get bored, and we get bored a lot, most of the times instead of like, let's go see this, this crazy place. It's
Okay.
it's
How are
like,
you
let me
how are you gonna say
find a
that right now?
store. What do you mean?
We just went and saw the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, but my first thought was, let's go to Hidden Fortress and see what packs they have. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it just so happened that the Reagan National Library was like close by. And I was like, well, maybe we'll do that too.
Oh, maybe we'll go see the Dead Sea Scrolls. Pokemon first.
Yeah.
I'm very tempted to get my DS out again and start playing like Soul Silver and
Oh
Platinum.
man.
I got a long flight coming up, so I might have to grind.
It always
Dude.
starts on the flights. I always start a game like I'll bring my DS, and then I end up just finishing it once I get off, and I put it away forever until the next flight comes up.
Actually, one of my buddies showed me this app, and it's like just, I guess, an emulator.
Like an emulator?
Yeah. And
Is it Delta?
Yeah, it is Delta.
Yeah.
So I gotta
Yeah.
I gotta figure out how to get like the links without it being like a sketchy link, because that's
I
what
can
I've
just
been
send them to
scared
you.
about.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've also
That'd
been
be
seeing
sick.
like on Amazon or like I was gonna say TikTok Shop, but I try to I try to avoid TikTok Shop. Like they're like the Game Boys, but they're just one. They're pretty much Game Boys, but with like backlit screens, and they're a little bit different dimensions, but they have like 10,000 games on it. But they're all the full games of like Pokemon and like Mario and like Donkey Kong, whatever, and they're actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get one, but I know myself, like I'd play it for a little while and then I'd be like, put it away after a little bit. But
Yeah.
they
I
do look
just really
super
like
cool.
I like the emulator because like my phone's already in my pocket and I
Yeah.
play on it all the time already. So,
Oh,
you
there's
just pull it.
There's something about cracking open the DS though. And
Yeah,
it's just
it's the physical buttons.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they're just so clicky.
I have Soul Silver, the game for DS, but I
So
don't
good.
have a DS. And I've been looking at the stores and I found a couple, but I'm like, damn, do I really want to buy that?
Yeah, you do.
I gave my
like-
DS
Yeah, you
to one of
do.
my friends. Yeah, you do. I gave my DS to
I
one
was-
of my friends, and I can't remember if he gave it back or not. And now, like,
Oof.
I've been thinking about it so much. I'm like, man, I wonder if I have my DS or if he has that. And I texted him, and he was like, I don't know. So I think my DS just got lost in the trading back and forth. But
I
It's
got
funny.
burnt out from Platinum last year because I was trying to shiny hunt,
oh my-
and I just put in 40 hours of shiny hunting without like any speed up or anything, and nothing, and I didn't want to touch it until like now, and now I'm kind of like, maybe I want to try that again.
Yeah, what was the first game that had shinies? Do you remember?
gold and silver.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Have any of you ever caught a shiny, like not shiny hunting, just playing the game, called it like, or even seen a
No.
shiny?
my
It's-
brother took. Well,
My
This is a
brother's
little
my brother's
yeah.
friend's cousin's sister saw a shiny once.
So my oldest brother and sister had diamond and pearl, and then my brother and I, closer in age, both got platinum. So my brother, that's a year older than me, stole my brother's diamond copy, and then traded it to me for my platinum copy, which I what it was came out in like 2007. So I was
You were
5 years
like
old,
three.
negative brain cells. So it's like okay, and then so he still has this account with every single Pokemon ever, and it has my name as the trainer, but he found a shiny Magmar, and I've
So
never
I have
found like a shiny on
Yeah,
any other
neither have
game.
I.
I've
My
I've
never
never
sister
played.
found one.
I've
when
never
when
played.
Soul Silver and Heart Gold came out, my sister got a shiny Froggator off rip.
Wow.
Or
In
yeah.
gold and silver,
It,
and I've had days of time on it. I have
yeah.
never seen a shiny, and I've gone hunting and couldn't find them.
Well,
Yeah, it's
there's
insane.
3 people in here who have all played games their whole life, and no one's ever seen a shiny. It's like
Yeah.
1 in 8,000. Yet somehow, like between 3 of us playing every single game, it's never happened. Misty,
Misty,
you said
send
you
me your
never
game.
you never played
I'll
a game.
find it for you. No, I've never
No.
played like on the Game Boy or DS.
You sound like Rock
Bro.
Sandy. I don't remember if you guys. Rock Sandy used to put only like Pokemon footage in his background for his videos, and we're like, "Wow, you play a lot of video games, Rock Sandy." He's like, "I've never played a game in my life." We're like, "What?" I don't know if you. That was before his face
That's
reveal,
so
but
It's
funny.
crazy.
I was too into the
Yes.
Super Nintendo at the time.
Okay, after this, I'm gonna go test out my 3DS. See if she's still working.
Yes. So I just like the Delta because I can put the fast forward on and I can just like
Yeah.
super
Oh,
run through
yeah.
all the especially the
It helped.
text because I don't read any of that shit. I'm just like next,
Yeah,
next, next, next,
I'm doing the
next.
same thing.
or that one time where you see a Pokemon, you forget to buy Pokeballs. You only have one. You keep resetting it on that one Pokeball.
Yeah. Yes, I definitely might have done that with a Mewtwo.
Question. So you haven't really posted long form in a while.
Oh yeah.
But you're getting back into the short form, and I'm loving those because you had the series with the like tag PSA and the series
Yeah.
going over the other sets. I'm loving it, but
So
kind of
I-
what
I'll
brought you to those?
I'll do a quick like recap. But I stopped doing long form. Sorry, I'll go back even farther. But I switched my long form from pack openings to like history videos. My first one was like just going over rare cards, and a big part of that was just to be different. Everyone's doing pack openings. This was about a year and a half ago that or about a year and a half ago. And I was like, I want to be different. You know, I'm kind of tired of opening packs. It doesn't like do great. And I can't really stand out like that. So I said, what is something I love to do? You know, I do a lot of reading on Bulbapedia, Cerebi, E4, like random forms. Just I enjoy reading that stuff. And so I did one video. I was like, if this video does well, it'll be a sign that I need to continue in this direction. So I did a video on rare cards, and it basically surpassed every single one of my other videos. So I was like, perfect. That's what I'm going to be doing from now on. So I went like full speed ahead into another video, and it was all about my favorite generation, the EX era. And I put like hundreds of hours into that video. From like
It's so
scripted, like
good.
the editing was like took so long. And that video absolutely destroyed. It has like 72,000 views. And like it did so well for a long form video. And then after that, I pretty much flew too high. I was like, this video is so good, next one needs to top it. And I pretty much prepared everything for that video. And I don't know if I'll ever make the video. I probably will at some point, but I had like custom 3D renders of basically the entire Holland region, which is like the setting for some of the EX packs, made. And like you could like,
oh my god,
like view them in like a 3D rendering, like walk around in there and like see like the actual setting type thing. And I was gonna use it for
that's
the video.
so cool.
And I don't know, I something that like Alex always says, Alex Ketchum, he's like, you just gotta like post. Like if you're not posting, you're not improving. And that's something I've also been finding with like short form content is like I want to keep doing better. And like in a editing a certain video, I'm like, should I do this or should I do that? And I've come to just kind of try and block that and just do whatever and iterate later.
Yeah.
So when it came to that long form video, I just never did it because I couldn't decide what was best. And so it just ended up never happening. A few months later, which is last November, I was like, let me try short form content. This is when Alex and DPM and everyone's starting to just pick up their short form content. I said, let me do it for 30 days. So I decided, what can I do consistently, an idea that I can do every single day that will, give me content every day. That's still not pack openings. I still refuse to do like pack openings because I want to be different. So I started doing, just talking about every set from base set all the way to the newest set. And a little bit of a slow start, but like halfway through the month, it really started to pick up. And I started to really not just do the set itself, but if there was any sort of like side pieces of like error cards or like fun facts, it would be like a separate video like that comes directly after it. And it was doing great. And I lost my momentum for that just because I like went on vacation and that's it. I lost it. Now come almost like 7, 8, 9 months later, I'm like, you know what? I'm settled down again, ready to do some content again. And so I continued with that same series of every set from base set and continued it. A bunch of them did pretty well. They weren't like amazing. The issue with it, in my opinion, is it like doesn't reach a wide enough audience. It's kind of niche to like just talk out every single set. And so it didn't really give viewers anything to like think about or like want in that way. So they were entertaining. People liked them and they got a few thousand views, but wasn't like anything like explosive or big. And then I have this card right here, which I'll show it. The
famous
tag
card.
Yeah, so this has like a whole story to it.
Oh.
I bought it and it looked incredible. I was like, this is gonna get a PSA 10. And I basically recorded the entire process of it just because. And PSA gave it a 5. And I tried for the first time PSA's review service, which is like you send them the slab still encapsulated and they'll review it and see if like they made a mistake or something. And of course they're not going to say they made a mistake. So
Yeah.
and this is like what a big part of the arguments in my comment section have been about PSA not being transparent with grading. Like PSA doesn't tell you why they got a 5, and I could not for the life of me figure out why I got a 5. It was like it looks perfect in every way, shape, and form, and a 5 is like damaged. When I sent it for the review service, and this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this, they put a sticky note on the card with an arrow, and it said creased. And even with that, it was like so hard to see. I was like, this is insane that they like, first of all, that they caught it and that they gave it a 5. So the comment sections said it's a tag, send it to tag, send it to tag. I said, fine, I'll see what's actually wrong with it. I sent it to tag and it gets a 9. And in the same video, I'm like, why did PSA give it a 5? Like PSA saw this crease that was, although very hard to see, but tag doesn't see it at all. Like it wasn't in their dig report. So tag was entered into my comment section and they said, hey, yeah, we made a mistake and we decertified your card. And I was like, oh my God. So it became the story just kept getting crazier. They decertified the card and then they like reached out, like I before they even reached out to me, they decertified the card. And so I had time to make a video in between that time. I was like, hey, you guys decertified the card, but like didn't say anything to me. And then they emailed me later. They're like, sorry, like the email got lost or like it was sent to the wrong area or like whatever. So they ended up emailing me and they're like, sorry, this happened. Like, here's how we're going to fix it. And they said they'll regrade the card, which like, of course they said they want it back to regrade it. So that's not like a false grade in their slab. They said they'll give me 10 free grading vouchers. I said, so, okay. And then, I think that was it. Just 10 free grading vouchers, regrading the card. And yeah, so I sent them back to card and it got a 5.5. And on their dig report, it did end up showing it. In the original report, you could see that like barely make out the crease, but their system didn't catch it. And now here's something that I actually haven't just like said on like any public I haven't said it all, but they offered me 10 free grades, and I had emailed them. So hopefully this doesn't like. I emailed them. I was like, I really appreciate the 10 free grades throughout the entirety of making like documenting this series of tag and PSA whatever. I was like tried to be as unbiased as possible. I didn't want to say like PSA sucks or tag sucks. It's just like, here's what happened. Make your own opinion. And so I emailed them. I was like, I think I was very unbiased with throughout this entire thing. And while 10 is great, like the value of the card in a 9 is like almost $800, $900. And as a raw card, it's like 300, 400. So there's like still a pretty big price disparity. I was like, could you guys make this 15 cards? And they're like, for this one time, we'll give it 15. So I actually have 15 free grades, but I never said that in any of the platforms because I did email that. I was like, look, regardless of what you say, I'm not going to make a video that you said, no, I can't have 15 free grades, or yes, you can. Like, if you want to give it out of your good grace, feel free. But it's just what I thought was fair. And like, I'm not going to publicize that, but here I am. But that's basically that. So
Secret
those videos
info.
just, those videos just went insane.
Before you move on, can I ask you do you have like the 10 to 15 cards that you're gonna grade?
I don't have a single card that I want to grade. I literally have like 0 cards. I want to go to like a card show and just go on a buying spree, but like I haven't been able to do that. So one day I'm the next card show I go to is just I'm going to be buying a lot of cards to grade since I can. Which is it's super exciting. Honestly, like 15 free grades it's exciting to just send that in and get 15 free graded cards. Yeah. I didn't even mind. Like I knew there was a crease, and we'll circle back to this and like I know I was telling the story of like the content, whatever. We'll circle back to I don't know if you guys saw the Charizard that was damaged by tag.
No, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen what happened.
Well, I'll try and stay on topic for a second, and then we'll go back to it. And if I'm rambling too much, you can also just cut me off.
No, you're good.
But yeah, so those videos like blew up, and I did feel a little bit bad because I was like, I don't want my channel to just be all PSA grading like content. And I did try it for a little bit. Like I talked about like the PSA magazine, the membership club, and like some other graded situations that happened. And anything that's talked about like a graded card or like something that like PSA once damaged one of my cards. So I made a video on that. Like it was a long time ago. And it was so funny because they damaged my card. They reimbursed me fully for it. So I didn't care. Like I could have just bought another one if I wanted to. I found the card like literally in my basement in like a random box. Like I don't know how it got there, and I was like, I was visiting my parents' house and it was there, and I was like, you know what? Let me use this to make a video. And so and that video obviously blew up again because tag or PSA making a mistake and all the haters came out. Classic. So I was like, damn it! Like another one blew up about PSA or whatever. The series going on about every set was doing okay. But the one issue is it was like so edit heavy because I'm not showing my face. I'm not showing anything except for like animations, card stuff. Like everything had
those edits are so good too.
It just takes so long and like it just wasn't sustainable. And now I'm gonna branch into like someone else I saw, which is Mystic 7, who he's now on. I'm not sure you guys see him on his kick of like how to be a better YouTuber, how to like grow your brand, all that other stuff, which I don't necessarily follow it. But he posted something that was like, if you have a good, which I think this is just general knowledge, but I heard it from him. If you have a good long form video, turn it into a short. And so one of the videos was that rare card video. I made a video on a short on one of those cards, and a random comment was like, "Show me a Pikachu card I've never seen," and I was like, "Okay." So next video I did, I said, reacted to the comment, show me a Pikachu card I've never seen, and I literally used another like a Pikachu from that long form video to make that video, and that video like did really well. The comments started like filling up with like, show me this card I've never seen, show me this card I've never seen, and so the series just kept going and going, and I'm only on episode like 10 or something like that, but like across all, I wouldn't say all platforms, YouTube is like insane. Like every video is 10, 20, 30, 40, some of them 50, 60,000 views
That's awesome.
like consistently.
Yeah.
And so it's like doing incredible. Instagram is like consistently 5 to 10,000, and TikTok is lagging a little bit behind, but Alex promised that in the future we'll do better, but I'll
Yeah.
keep posting.
Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
just listen to Alex's
Yeah, I gotta
promises.
listen to Alex. So he said if you keep posting, it'll eventually do better. But it's like crazy that like I post a short and like within seconds there's like 50, 60, 70 comments. Like I don't even know how to respond to that many comments.
I was gonna
But
comment about like show me a Darkrai or like a Giratina, and then I already saw the comment
yeah.
like 70 times, and I was like, dang it.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's also so many like random Pokemon. People are like, show me a Marshtomp or like show me
Right.
show me a Shuckle or something like that. So someone asked for a Poiple, and I was like, what like who likes Poiple? And the Slugma was one of those where I was like, why is someone asking for a Slugma? But yeah, so I love just talking about like Pokemon cards in general. Like I do my best. I tried in the beginning to not include any pricing, PSA data, like just to be about the card. And I really like I started getting comments like how much is this card worth? How many of them are there? Like that type of thing. Like how many are PSA 10s, whatever. And like people just eat that stuff up. People just it's just too hard to avoid the monetary information in Pokemon. Like people just eat up that stuff. So I started including like PSA value, like the PSA population, the PSA values, which I don't necessarily enjoy doing that. Even with my series of every set, like people kept asking like, what's the biggest chase card? How much is the biggest chase? Like the set is so much more than the Charizard at the top of it. Like it has so much history to it, and you just want to know what the Charizard is doing and how much it is today. It's like it's a little disappointing, but like like it is what it is. If you want to get better, like you want to get bigger, like you got to show those prices and like what it is. But yeah, I enjoy making them. Like I love just talking about history and cards and like things people don't know about, and obviously, like I said, reading Bulbapedia and Cerebi and stuff like that. And I will say, you know, I don't have any advice to give as like a content creator. I have been making content for 4 years and I'm still small, but like I got so lucky with that one commenter who was like, show me this card. And now I think this is going to keep steamrolling and steamrolling. I have thought for so long, like, what could I do? What content can I make? And have come up empty every single time. So I messaged that commenter. I was like, thank you for your comment, because that was the best thing to ever happen.
It's so awesome.
Even if the series like doesn't blow up like crazy, like I am having so much fun making it, and like it is getting like just a lot of traction, and people are enjoying it. Like people say they love it, so you know that's good enough for me at the moment. But it's really not easy to just come up with any ideas at all to make any content. So I got really lucky.
Yeah, that is awesome. I want to go back to something you said that's interesting to me, because like, so grading cards and adding the monetary value to it, right? So I love a lot of these art rares and a lot of these cards, but then you're looking at them, you're like, man, I would love to have this in a PSA 10. But then you got to think like, am I just wasting money grading it? Because even at a PSA 10, it's only $30 and then you never get the money back.
Yeah.
But we just like we just put one of the cards that I wanted to grade in the grade pile, the Articuno art rare, just because I love that card. And I was like, you know what? I don't care if it ever makes money. I just want it to go into the grade pile. That is the one. Oh, look at and see, I love that. That's the tag, right? That's tag.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love their
this one looks
their
so
cases.
good in tag.
The cases on those are
It's
so
just
cool.
so
I love that
sleek.
translucent. It's sleek. Like PSA definitely has their style like that. That this is a PSA card and it drives the price. But man, that tag is
so good. I'm just staring at it right now.
I get so nervous about tag because of who was it? We had him on the pod.
Ramsey Rips. I think it was
Yes.
Ramsey, yeah.
Yes. And so I don't know if you remember this, babe, but so what he did was
sorry, not me.
John was on deployment for like a lot of everything that happened. So he kind of missed out on like the debacle about tag there for a little bit. But also, kind of to go back for a second, when you sent that card to tag, because they're AI, correct?
So they actually don't even label themselves as AI. So the thing they label themselves is machine learning, which is like a branch of AI. But like AI uses machine learning, but not vice versa.
Yeah.
But I think they just like people just grabbed onto the AI thing just
Mm.
because it's easier to understand, sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why
it's like
I thought it was crazy they missed the
well,
crease and gave you the 9.
so the way like in terms of how I understand it, is so machine learning basically just takes a large amount of data and like uses it for future like guessing,
Yeah.
which is what makes it so accurate. Because if you have 1 million points of information, you don't necessarily need to guess anymore. You have like future references, and if you have
Yeah.
2 points over here, you can get as close to between them as possible.
Yeah.
My crease, I'm is so hard to see. It is so hard to see. And tag also has something called like a non-observable human defect, where the card can have something wrong with it. You can't see it with your eye, but their system will catch it.
Yeah.
And basically, the way their like machine learning works is all these plot points from all the way from very observable to non-observable, and there's a like a pretty fine line between what is considered observable and not observable. If look with a magnifying glass, I mean, if you look with a microscope and you'll see everything. So they had to draw that kind of line somewhere from what their system sees versus what you'll easily see with a human eye.
Yeah.
And part of what they've been, they're what something I like about them is they're so vocal in comments, and they're always like commenting on
Yeah.
issues that people have and stuff like that. Um, and like the thing with machine learning is it gets better over time. The way they caught this crease, and my understanding of machine learning and like AI and stuff like that, it'll never happen again because their system has caught it once. Like their system has learned it. It is now a learned behavior. And basically it just moves the pin needle a little bit to say this is now observable, this is considered observable. I think for this situation, if I had to guess, they had the data to see the crease, but their system said it's not observable, so it didn't. It's not that they couldn't see it, it's that the system deemed it unnecessary to note it. I don't know what I think I just went off on it. Like I don't know if that was a tangent. I don't know
So,
what. Sorry.
so did they see your video and then they were like, wait, we need to look at that card?
Yeah. So they had the dig report, and they're like, our system can see it. I saw it myself. Like I see the crease on their scan. But they saw the video, and I said, this has a crease. Why didn't they catch it? Like point blank, I said, this has a crease right here. You didn't catch it. And so they came to the comments. They're like, yeah, you're right. And so they took it back. They're like, we'll fix it in the system. And when it came back to me, it actually came back with a second defect that I mean, maybe PSA caught it. Who knows? Because they don't say anything. But it was like another like almost invisible defect. But in the perfect lighting, you can see it like clear as day. But it has to be just like be the perfect angle, perfect lighting type thing, which is why it's so borderline non-observable / observable, because it just needs to be in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I like the way that these, well, I guess tag's not like super new either, but I do like the way that some of these other grading companies are starting to use other means other than the human eye to do the grading. But to go back to what I was saying a minute ago about tag and their slabs, I I'm assuming they've fixed the integrity of the slab.
Honestly, I thought of like trying to just break it, and in one of the videos, I did try to like push it a little bit, and it didn't like budge. I didn't hear it like crack or anything. The video I saw with Ramsey was like he barely touched that, and it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
shattered. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's insane. Like I'm don't really want to do that to this. I don't want to damage. Like, I actually don't want to
Yeah.
I don't want to put visible damage on the card.
Yeah.
So maybe one of the 15 cards I get, I will definitely just crack it for fun. On like
Oh,
a
there you
whatever
go.
card. But I don't think it's as bad. But there is one other like very, very interesting thing, which is and I think there was the video that's like circulating for a little bit, but there was a guy who did like durability testing on all the slabs from PSA, CGC, SGC, like tag, every single one of them.
Yeah.
And tag turned out to be like the absolute best out of every single one of them.
Whoa.
And it was really interesting because of how easily the slab broke. But the video is really long, and this guy was like scientist level experiments. Like he's in a laboratory, like hardness testing, like to the like minute gram of weight of how much, like pressure pointing different area. It was very
That's
scientific.
cool.
It was really, really, really accurate, like really in depth. And Tag, like he was just like, I'm gonna say just all these scientific things. Scientifically, Tag is the strongest one, but is the most fragile somehow.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that turned out to be, but like when Tag said that they're like, we really do make the best slabs, like I don't think they were lying. I think they're probably doing their own scientific tests and top of the charts all around, but they're not doing the regular people test where you drop it on the floor and it breaks.
Yeah.
So
Strong but brittle.
yeah. So I think it's definitely better if, based on that video and my experience, to just push it and not break it right away. But I'm not going to use my full strength to do that.
Yeah. Baby, John, I'm gonna start calling you John on here. You definitely got to watch that video that Ramsey did, though. That was a pretty crazy thing that happened while you were gone.
Yeah,
I'll
I
send
heard
the
about it
scientist
a
guy
lot.
too.
Yeah, no, I would love to watch. That's the kind of stuff I get super interested in. Like, I don't know how my like algorithm is filled with like machine presses
Dude,
destroying
I love those
stuff.
videos.
I know.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those are so nice to watch.
Yeah.
You got to get yourself a hydraulic press and then just talk about Pokemon
know.
stuff while
Yeah.
annihilating things.
There
If
you
I had
go.
a machine press, oh my God, she would never see me. I would just be in the garage, just like crushing stuff.
You're like, ooh, what does an egg do? Ooh,
Babe,
I'd
bring
be
me
out
the
there
fridge.
crushing shit
Headphones
too.
Can I tattoo myself with this thing?
Oh my God.
Yeah. What does it do to the human arm? Ah!
And while he's doing that, so Pikachu.
Yeah. This is the rarest Pikachu card.
That's such a good idea.
Can
There's
slabs
an idea.
can slabs survive a hydraulic press?
No,
That'd be
I
so
would
sick.
watch that shit. You put like a first edition Charizard in there.
Put it this way. This
Yeah.
Put it on like a
Yeah.
point so it just explodes.
Jesus, yeah. How many slabs does it take to stop the press?
Yeah.
Like a
Right.
million.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
We're just
Sheldon
giving out good
jumps
ideas to
like
these
Yeah.
hydraulic
Yeah.
press guys.
Everybody
just-
sign off like
Yeah.
5 minutes ago. Don't watch anymore. But
you
if you have
imagine?
a hydraulic press, give it to John.
Yes, send it to me.
The hydraulic press company sponsor us.
Yeah.
John's
Yeah.
gonna show, John's gonna show up with like a giant pallet thing of a
Yeah,
hydraulic press at his door.
it's a card party. You bring it to card party and just be like, "I will press your slabs."
Yeah. I'll make
Grate
them
them over
stronger
here,
for
crush them
you.
over here.
We call it Pokemon Fusion.
The newest meta.
Yeah. How many views do you think a PSA 10 like first edition Charizard base set would get getting crushed?
Oh,
A lot.
millions.
Yeah. That's
I
one
would
of
do
our
it.
one of our best performing shorts is you cracking the Charizard from base set.
I know. Yeah, that one did like what 50,000, something like that.
No,
People like to see
no,
things
not even
break.
close.
Am I crazy?
Yeah,
I thought
you're
it
I'll
was-
go.
crazy.
However many times it takes to get to 50,000, I'll watch it that many times so that you can
Yeah.
before this is released.
I had a friend of mine. It's funny. We went over to his house and he's in the wood shop doing his working in wood. And
He's
I
in a wood shop
suspect-
working wood.
Yeah.
And he had his laptop up, and I was like, "What are you watching?" He's like, "Oh, your videos." And like he just had our videos on just on repeat, like going through. I'm like, "Dude, that's the nicest shit ever."
Hell yeah. That's
Yes.
a W, Fred.
My brother works at like an electrical like contracting firm, and apparently his boss like super rich, like spends whatever he wants, and like he's like super into Pokemon or something.
that's
And
sweet.
my brother like told his boss that, like I make videos, and they have like this huge TV in the office, and it just has my
Oh
videos on
my
it
God.
playing. I'm just like, are you serious?
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Life size.
Well,
Yeah.
before we get going here, Gotta ask you, if you could make any
Mm,
set ever,
the
any gimmick, like
question.
anything you want to do with this set, you can do. What does your dream set look like?
Me?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
from
So
the
I'm gonna
professor.
combine my two favorite things, which is Delta species Pokemon, like the EX era, and
Yes.
then Megas, and just
Ooh,
make
Mm,
Delta species Mega Pokemon. Boom, and bring back those holographic borders. You don't need
they're
the
so
stamps on.
good.
I don't think you necessarily need the stamps on every reverse holo, but I think those are pretty cool. I think full arts and art rares that we have now are pretty cool. But those
yeah.
holographic borders where like they shine like gold
Yes.
and stuff like that, I loved the EX era. It's like when I grew up, like I opened so many packs as a child, and now I look back to it. I'm like,
Like,
it's
oh
like
my god.
insane that I opened that.
Yeah.
So I would never trade it for anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mega Delta species would be like insane. Um, with the ability to actually get the packs.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That's like me with the level X's too. Like that's
Yeah.
my era, and that silver border, like even on the EX2, it just oh my god, just seeing that is
Yeah.
just fires me up.
I
It's
would
the
love that.
nostalgia when you see like the cards you had. Like I'm assuming you have like a lot of level X's or like Diamond Pearl stuff in like childhood binder type thing.
I sadly sold them all, but it
Oof.
helped me get to where I need to be.
Well, worth it. I mean, there's you know at least you didn't lose the binder. I feel like
Yeah,
everyone's had like a thing of like getting scammed for it, losing it, like getting it damaged like beyond repair. I had a my
I
childhood
pulled
binder
this one
was
with John and Misty. Sorry to interrupt,
I don't know what
but
it is. It's too tiny.
Yeah.
He's never heard
Oh,
that
I know.
before.
yeah,
Oh wow, is it a 10?
Yes.
it's an 8, but
Okay, I was about to say
I
I don't think
remember
you can pull a
that.
card and get a 10 on a level X, but it's still
that
pretty
was
sick.
New
yeah.
Jersey.
Yeah.
New Jersey. Yeah. I should have bought one of those in a 10 when I could have 2 years ago for $500 because now it's like $5,000.
Wow. Dude, I was just writing this. I don't know if we're and I don't know if we're exactly an hour like what the time wise is.
Oh, we're good.
But I was saying this in like the chat with on like my Discord. If Pokemon didn't have the supply chain issues that they are not even supply chain, just supply. I don't know if they're supply chain. Like I think they for a multi freaking $1 billion company, they could have done something.
Yeah.
Like they're like Whatnot is multi-billionaire. This is like borderline like almost trillionaire probably company. Like they're probably $500 billion. What I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
insane that
Yeah.
they couldn't get it together. But if they had just printed enough for everyone to be happy, to print a band, whatever, for most of Scarlet and Violet, none of this like DS Sword and Shield Scarlet Sun and Moon XY like price hiking would happen. Like if you can buy a $6 if you're gonna spend $6 on a Scarlet and Violet pack, why not spend $6 on what was Crown Zenith at $6? And then all of a sudden it's like $20 just to
Yeah.
like compensate to meet the difference because people would rather open Crown Zenith because like whatever. But if all of Scarlet and Violet was like still $3, $4, $5, whatever, for even the better sets, people wouldn't feel the need to like go crazy on all the other sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think it just dominoed effect out of control and it'll never correct itself before Sword and Shield. I think everything Sword and Shield is like completely screwed.
Nice.
And I don't think it's
Close
gonna.
enough.
I don't. It like it'll go down, but not enough to where you're like, yeah, I want to open that again. Like
Yeah.
leisurely.
Yeah.
I think
kind
that. Yeah.
Okay, I
kind
have a
of blame.
quote.
Sorry, I kind of blame distributors. I think distributors are holding on to Scarlet Violet, like inventory, and they're not giving it to these card shops, these LCSs, Target, Walmart. I've heard a lot of people talk about that. I don't know how, like, I don't have experience in that or dealing with them, but that's what I've heard a lot is just that the distributors are holding a lot of this stuff back, and I think Pokemon Company should look into that.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely valid, and I also agree Pokemon Company should look into it, but I think it's both of them. I don't think either of that, like, it could even be like 50-50 split. I spoke
Mhm.
Yeah.
with, I went to a new card shop that's near me, and, like, I spoke with the owner. I was like, they're mostly not Pokemon, but I was like, what's like like, how's it been dealing with like distributors and like with Pokemon with like all this like random stuff going on? And he's like, it sucks, one, because like you still have to buy like a ton of like undesirable products, like which has always been the case. But he's like, our allocations are so much smaller initially on purpose. Like they are purposely giving us less product so they can sell the second wave for more, which like the second wave is just the first wave that they held back.
Yeah.
And like he knows that, and he like they're doing it on purpose.
Wow.
But I also think they're doing it because if they didn't do that, they would literally run out of product themselves, because there just isn't enough supply. And if they run out of product, then like just snowballs into, again, nobody having anything still, and like everything drying up at this time. Like you can't even buy it for higher. Like it just it's not great all around. And yeah, they're both at fault. The distributors are definitely doing that 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a quick follow-up question for your set.
Okay.
Because you said megas and delta species.
Okay.
What Pokemon are we seeing for the mega, and what typing is it getting changed to?
Honestly, this is also just going into like Legends ZA, and what I also hope to see. This isn't even like about the set. This is kind of like my first initial thought. We said, what mega do you want to see? I want to see a Mega Flygon.
I've seen that a lot, actually. A lot of people want that.
Really?
It's like so. A lot of people want it for, I want to say, for two reasons. One, Flygon go to Pokemon, super cool. Like, just a cool design. And the second is like in the actual game, which I don't play competitively anything. I don't like, whenever I still to this day I play like whatever game it is. I'm not EV training. I'm not like IV training. Like I don't even pick the best type. I'm not using stab moves. Like my fire Pokemon are like rock moves because that's what I want to use or whatever.
Yeah.
But Flygon was like notoriously bad in every game. It's like terrible typing, like has terrible stats. It's like such a cool Pokemon, but like you put it on your team, it like gets one shot by everything. So I think people want it to Mega Evolve and then like change typing and also just like boost the stats. So like becomes a usable Pokemon and like gets the limelight again. But it's a cool Pokemon, but it's never ever saw anything because it's terrible. And Pokemon typically like favors like competitively good Pokemon, both in the TCG and like the games. Like if a Pokemon's like really good, they print them in the TCG because the game people want to collect the best Pokemon and vice versa. But yeah, it just doesn't get as much love because it's always been a terrible Pokemon.
Poor guy.
Yeah. What typing it should be, I don't know. Just I don't know. I just give me the gold border. Just give me the gold border. Yeah. I don't care what color it is. But yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on the pod. It's been
thank you so
super
much.
fun.
It's been a pleasure.
I didn't realize
how much I was going to end up talking. I talked for like almost the whole time.
That's awesome.